Your emotions aren't random. They are shaped by tiny signals in your body, memories woven through your mind, and the stories your heart has carried over time. When you start to understand them, they feel a little less frightening and a lot more human. Think of this as a soft space where science meets kindness, where curiosity can be quiet, where you can learn about yourself without pressure and still relax enough to sleep. If these peaceful moments help you feel a little lighter, you're welcome to subscribe and like. It simply means you'll always have a quiet place to return to whenever you need comfort, understanding, or rest. And it also helps others find their way here too. Settle in, let your breath slow, and together we'll gently uncover the science of what it means to feel. Sometimes life becomes heavy. Thoughts run in circles, the heart feels tired, and sleep doesn't come as easily as you wish it would. This place, RevealGenes, exists for moments like that. A quiet corner of the world where you can breathe a little easier, settle into stillness, and let gentle words keep you company for a while. When emotions feel tangled, it can seem like you're the only one who struggles, but every person you pass is an inner world that rises and falls. No one moves through life untouched, and that means you aren't strange or feeling deeply. You're simply human. There are evenings when the mind keeps replaying old conversations. You might find yourself thinking of what you wish you had said, or how things might have gone differently. That habit is the mind trying to protect you from future pain by studying the past. You don't have to fight it. You can simply notice the thoughts, like clouds drifting across a quiet sky. Some emotions echo in the body longer than expected. Even after the situation has passed, your chest may still feel tight or your stomach unsettled. That doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your nervous system is still unwinding from something that mattered. You might have days when sadness feels heavier than usual. On those days, even simple tasks can seem like climbing a hill. Be gentle with yourself in those moments. Rest is not laziness. Sometimes rest is a medicine the heart needs most. There is also a tenderness in vulnerability. When you admit you're hurting, when you allow tears instead of holding everything inside, your body finally gets a chance to exhale. Your heart isn't meant to be a locked room. It needs air. And then there are times when you feel nothing at all. Just emptiness, like the colors have faded. That can feel frightening, but it often means your system has gone into protection mode. In time, feelings return. Slowly, softly, like light easing back into the morning. Let's talk about kindness toward yourself. Many people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to someone they love. They blame themselves, criticize, judge harshly, but that inner voice can learn to soften. It doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with small moments of compassion, a quiet reminder that you are doing the best you can with the strength you have today. Sometimes, when emotions rise, the body feels restless. The heart speeds up, the breath shortens, the muscles tighten. It can help to pause, even for a moment, and notice your breath entering and leaving the body. Not forcing anything, just watching. That simple awareness tells your nervous system that you are safe. Loneliness is its own texture. You can feel it even when surrounded by others. It's the sense of not being fully seen, not being fully understood. If you've ever felt that, know this, it doesn't mean you're unlovable. It means you're craving connection, and that desire is natural. There are people who carry a lot and speak very little about it. They smile, they help others, they show up every day, while quietly battling storms inside. If that sounds like you, I hope you allow yourself the same care you offer to everyone else. You deserve it just as much. Sometimes peace isn't a loud feeling. Sometimes it's simply the absence of urgency. A quiet room, a gentle voice, a steady breath. Moments like that help the mind settle into stillness, like a lake calming after the wind fades. When you begin to understand your emotions instead of fighting them, something shifts. You start to realize that feelings don't define you. They move through, like weather across the sky. Some days are bright, some are cloudy. None of them last forever. You don't have to solve everything right now. You don't have to heal every wound tonight. Growth happens slowly, like roots deepening beneath the soil where no one can see. You are changing even when it doesn't feel like it. And as you listen, you don't need to analyze or memorize anything. Let the words pass through gently. Let your breath find its own comfortable rhythm. Let the muscles in your neck and shoulders loosen a little more. You are safe here. You are allowed to rest. There's a quiet strength in simply staying with whatever you feel. You don't have to pretend to be okay. You don't have to hide your tiredness or your worries. They can sit beside you for a while without needing to be pushed away. Often, once a feeling is allowed to exist, it starts to loosen its grip on its own. Think about how the ocean moves. Waves rise, they peak, and then they return to stillness. Emotions work in a similar rhythm. They swell inside you, they reach a point where you notice them clearly, and then, with time, they soften. Nothing stays frozen forever. Sometimes your mind may whisper stories about who you are, stories shaped by past hurts or old fears. Those messages can sound convincing, even when they aren't fair to you. You're allowed to question them. You're allowed to offer yourself a kinder interpretation. You are not the worst thing you've ever felt. You are not the most painful moment you've lived through. There are evenings when the world feels distant and heavy. On those evenings, small comforts matter. A soft blanket, a quiet room, a gentle voice. These simple things remind your nervous system that the moment you're in doesn't require defense. It's okay to soften your shoulders and let them drop. It's okay to breathe as if you finally have time. Emotions are signals, not enemies. Fear tries to protect you. Anger wants to defend your boundaries. Sadness honors what you've lost. Joy celebrates what matters. None of them arrive by accident. They show up with information about what's important to you. You may notice that some feelings stay longer than others. They might come back again and again, especially the ones you wish would leave. That doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means something inside you still wants attention. Listening to yourself is not weakness, it's wisdom. There will also be moments of calm that appear without effort. A stretch of quiet where your thoughts move more slowly. A peaceful pause between worries. Those moments may seem small, but they are signs that your mind knows how to rest when it has a chance. You don't have to force calm. You only need to create space for it. If you've ever felt misunderstood, you're not alone. Many people walk through their days feeling unseen. But your inner world is real, even if others don't always notice it. Your feelings matter. Your story matters. The way you experience life is unique, and that uniqueness is part of your beauty. Sometimes emotions feel like visitors that don't quite know where to sit. They wander around inside, looking for a comfortable place. When that happens, it's easy to wonder, why am I like this? But feelings don't show up to accuse you. They show up to be noticed. Think about the moments when irritation appears for no obvious reason. Maybe the day has piled up tiny frustrations like raindrops collecting in a puddle. One by itself doesn't seem like much, but over time, it grows. Irritation is often a signal that you've been carrying too much without a break. There are also days when nothing special happens, yet you feel oddly fragile. Even small things feel bigger than usual. This doesn't mean you're weak. It means your mind and body are asking for gentle care. Rest, kindness, maybe even a little silence. Sometimes we expect ourselves to manage emotions perfectly, as if there's a right or wrong way to feel. But there isn't. Emotions don't follow tidy rules. They rise and fall in their own rhythm. All we can do is meet them with patience. You might notice how emotions change your body language. Confidence lifts the head slightly. Worry pulls the shoulders inward. Calm loosens the jaw. None of this is intentional. It's simply the body expressing what the mind feels. Have you ever had a memory appear suddenly, almost like a scene from a movie playing in your mind? Along with that memory, a feeling arrives. Maybe it's warmth. Maybe it's regret. The memory may be distant, but the emotion feels current. That's how deeply the mind stores meaning. There are quiet emotions too, ones that are subtle and shy, like the soft appreciation you feel when someone holds a door or the faint glow after a kind message. These small emotions often pass unnoticed, yet they shape the day more than we realize. And then there's empathy. When you sense what someone else is going through, your body reacts as if the experience is partly your own. That's why movies, stories, and music can touch the heart so deeply. We are wired to connect. You may have heard people say, "Don't be emotional." But to live without emotion would be to live without color, depth, or meaning. Emotion is a language of the heart, even when it doesn't quite line up with logic. There are times when joy can feel almost scary. Things are going well, and suddenly the mind imagines what could go wrong. This is a protective habit. The mind tries to prepare for pain before it arrives. You can gently remind yourself that it's okay to enjoy what is good, even if the future is uncertain. When disappointment shows up, it usually carries a story with it, a hope that didn't unfold the way you imagined. It can sting, it can linger, but over time, disappointment often reshapes itself into wisdom, guiding future choices with a softer, calmer voice. Some people feel their emotions in the chest, others in the stomach, some in the throat. There's no single right place. Your body has its own emotional map, built from years of living. Think about compassion for a moment, not the grand gestures, but the everyday kind. Checking on a friend, listening without rushing to fix things, offering a gentle word. Compassion soothes the nervous system of both the giver and the receiver. It's like a shared exhale. Envy is another emotion many people feel, but don't want to admit. It happens when you see someone with something you wish you had. Beneath envy, there's usually longing and self-doubt. When you look closely, envy can become a guide, pointing toward what really matters to you. There are emotions that feel layered. For example, someone might appear angry on the surface, but underneath there's fear or grief, sometimes even love. If you can look past the surface, the deeper feeling begins to make sense. When people go through change, emotions can swing back and forth. One day, there's excitement. The next, there's worry. This isn't inconsistency. It's adaptation. Your inner world is recalibrating to something new. And then there's nostalgia. That bittersweet sense of remembering something that can't quite be recreated. It can be tender and warm, but also a little sad. Nostalgia reminds us that time moves and moments are precious. If you've ever felt numb, that too is an emotional state. It's the mind protecting you when things feel like too much. Numbness isn't emptiness. It's a temporary pause while your system gathers energy again. People often believe they need to fix their emotions, but emotions aren't broken. They are signals. They tell the story of what matters. They show where care is needed. When you pause and listen, you begin to understand the language they speak. Think about the last time you felt truly understood. Not just heard, but deeply recognized. That moment probably brought a sense of relief. The nervous system relaxes when someone says, "I get it." We all need those moments. Sometimes understanding yourself takes time. You might notice patterns, similar feelings showing up in different situations. Slowly, you begin to see the connections. That awareness brings clarity and choice. There are gentle practices that support emotional balance. Rest, movement, quiet reflection, honest conversations, creative expression, and perhaps most importantly, kindness toward yourself when you struggle. You don't have to be perfect at handling emotions. No one is. Even people who study them still get overwhelmed sometimes. The goal isn't control. It's relationship. Getting to know your inner world with steady curiosity. When frustration rises, it often means a need hasn't been met. Maybe you need respect. Maybe safety. Maybe rest. Maybe understanding. Naming the need helps soften the reaction. And when gratitude appears, let it linger. Not in a forced way, just a gentle noticing. A warm meal, a safe space, a kind person, a quiet evening. These moments ground the heart. Over time, you may discover that emotions aren't obstacles. They are part of the path. Each one adds depth. Each one teaches something new. You exist beyond whatever you are feeling right now. There's a steady awareness within you that simply notices. Thoughts move, feelings pass, yet that deeper awareness remains. You don't have to rush your growth. You don't have to push yourself to get over things before you're ready. Healing has its own pace. Understanding unfolds slowly, like morning light. And it's okay to seek support. Talking to someone you trust. Reaching out for help when life feels heavy. That isn't weakness. It's wisdom. We are meant to share the load sometimes. Your emotions are part of your story, but they are not the entire story. You also hold strength, humor, curiosity, creativity, love, intelligence, and resilience. All of that lives inside you too. Sometimes you might feel like you're falling behind, like everyone else has figured things out while you're still trying to stay afloat. But life isn't a race. Healing doesn't follow a schedule. Growth often happens in the background, quietly, while you focus on simply getting through the day. You don't need to fight your mind tonight. Let your thoughts drift the way leaves float on still water. You can listen without arguing. You can observe without judging. The part of you that notices your emotions is calm, steady, and patient. It has always been there, even in difficult times. And as your body begins to unwind, you may feel a gentle heaviness in your arms and legs. Your breath finds a slow rhythm of its own. Your eyelids may grow softer. There's no pressure to sleep. Rest will come when it's ready. You only need to be here, in this moment, with nothing else asked of you. You are allowed to take up space in this world. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to feel deeply. None of those things make you weak. They make you real. There's something comforting about knowing that every feeling has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Even the ones that seem endless eventually soften at the edges. They change shape. They lighten. Sometimes slowly, sometimes quietly, but always in motion. If your heart has ever felt fragile, that doesn't make you broken. It simply means you notice the world in a sensitive way. Sensitivity is not a flaw. It's a doorway to empathy, to depth, to understanding others with a tenderness that only comes from feeling life fully. There are days when frustration bubbles up unexpectedly. A small thing goes wrong, and suddenly the weight of everything lands on your shoulders at once. That reaction is often built from layers of old stress, not from the moment itself. When you recognize that, it becomes easier to be gentle with yourself, even when your patience feels thin. Sometimes memories return without warning. A moment from childhood, a conversation from years ago, a face you haven't seen in a long time. Emotions can cling to memories like soft threads, pulling the past into the present. You don't have to push those memories away. You can let them pass through, like pages turning in a book you no longer need to read. There's also the quiet emotion of gratitude. Not the loud celebration kind, but the soft awareness of small things that keep you steady. A kind message, a warm drink, a peaceful evening. These moments may seem ordinary, yet they anchor you gently to the present. When your heart feels heavy, it can help to notice what still feels steady inside you. Maybe it's your breath. Maybe it's a sense of resilience that refuses to disappear, even on the hardest days. That resilience comes from surviving everything you once thought you couldn't. It grows quietly, often unnoticed, until one day you realize you are braver than you believed. It's okay if you sometimes wish you could turn off your thoughts. Minds love to wonder, replay, imagine, and predict. That's what they are built to do. You don't need to silence your thoughts to rest. You only need to let them float past without grabbing onto each one. There will be moments when kindness from someone else reaches you at exactly the right time. A few gentle words, a simple gesture. Human connection has a way of touching places inside us we thought were closed forever. You deserve those moments. You deserve to feel supported and valued. If you've ever hidden your feelings to avoid being a burden, you're not alone. Many people learn to carry their pain quietly, but feelings don't disappear when ignored. They wait patiently for acknowledgement. Offering yourself understanding is a first step toward healing, even if no one else sees the journey happening. Emotions can feel complicated, but at their core, they are signals of what matters to you. Love, safety, belonging, meaning. When those needs feel uncertain, your inner world reacts. And when those needs feel held, your body relaxes, like a deep exhale after a long day. You don't have to rush toward clarity. Life will reveal its lessons in time, like stars appearing one by one in the evening sky. Some answers arrive slowly, and that slowness is part of their value. As you listen, you may notice a sense of calm gradually spreading through your body. Your thoughts may drift further apart. Your muscles loosen. Your breathing settles into a soft rhythm. You don't need to control any of it. Rest is a way of finding you when it knows you're ready. Your emotions don't make you difficult. They make you beautifully human. Every laugh, every tear, every quiet moment of reflection tells the story of a heart that has lived, cared, tried, and hoped. There can be moments when you feel unsure of your place in the world. You might wonder whether you matter, whether your presence makes any difference at all. Those questions can feel heavy, but every life touches other lives in ways that are often invisible. A kind glance, a shared laugh, a simple presence in someone's day. These moments echo further than you realize. When your emotions feel overwhelming, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means your inner world is responding deeply to what you've been through. Every challenge you face has left an imprint, and sometimes those imprints need time to soften. Healing isn't loud. It rarely announces itself. It grows in quiet spaces where you finally feel safe enough to let go. There may be feelings you've carried for years, old disappointments, lingering grief, unspoken regrets. They don't disappear overnight, but they do lighten when you meet them with patience rather than judgment. You can sit with them the way you would sit with an old friend without needing to fix or change anything right away. Some emotions are so subtle they almost slip past unnoticed. A hint of longing, a flicker of hope, a gentle calm that arrives between thoughts. These delicate states show you that not every feeling arrives with intensity. Some whisper rather than shout, reminding you that there is softness inside you too. The body holds memories that the mind forgets. A certain song, a familiar scent, a quiet evening breeze can awaken feelings you thought were gone. That's part of being human. You are a living story, and every chapter leaves traces. None of those traces make you flawed. They simply show that you've lived. It's common to compare your emotional world with what you think others are experiencing. But what you see on the surface rarely reflects the whole truth. Beneath calm exteriors, many hearts carry storms, and beneath troubled surfaces, there is often steadiness and strength. Everyone is walking their own unseen path. Sometimes, relief comes from simply naming what you feel, saying to yourself, "This is sadness," or "This is loneliness." Labeling the feeling doesn't make it stronger. It often makes it feel less overwhelming, like turning on a small light in a dark room. There will be times when you wish someone could understand you completely. That desire for connection lives in every human being. And while no one can ever fully experience your inner world, there are people who can walk beside you with care, even if they don't have all the answers. You deserve people who listen gently. Your heart has survived so much more than it gives itself credit for. Heartbreak, worry, uncertainty, change. And still, here you are, breathing, learning, growing at your own pace. That endurance is not loud or flashy, but it is powerful. If you're listening while preparing to sleep, it's okay to let your attention drift. You don't have to hold on to every word. Let the sound wash over you like a calm tide. Thoughts may come and go. Emotions may rise and fall. Everything is allowed to pass naturally. You might notice that underneath all your feelings, there's a quieter part of you that simply observes. That part isn't overwhelmed. It isn't lost. It's steady, watching gently, like a lighthouse on a calm shore. You can rest in that awareness whenever you need to. And as the night deepens, your breath continues its soft rhythm. Your body grows heavier against whatever supports you. The world outside slows down, and your inner world follows. There is nothing you need to achieve in this moment. No expectation, no pressure, only rest. The kindness you offer yourself today will echo into tomorrow. Each small moment of self-compassion shapes the way you meet your emotions in the future. Over time, your inner world becomes a gentler place to live. You are allowed to take it one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one feeling at a time. There is no finish line you must reach before you're worthy of peace. There may be emotions inside you that you don't quite have words for yet. A vague heaviness, a distant ache, a quiet restlessness. Not every feeling arrives with a clear label, and that's okay. Sometimes the heart understands long before the mind can explain. When life becomes uncertain, worry often shows up first. It tries to predict every possible outcome so you don't get hurt again. That need for protection comes from a caring place, even if it feels uncomfortable. You can thank your mind for trying to shield you, while also reminding it that not every moment is dangerous. There are also times when happiness catches you by surprise. Maybe you hear a familiar laugh. Maybe the sky looks especially soft at the end of the day. Small flashes of light appear in unexpected places. These moments don't erase your pain, but they sit beside it, reminding you that your heart is still capable of warmth. Sometimes emotions overlap. You might feel grateful and sad at the same time. You might miss someone and feel peaceful in the same breath. Human feelings rarely fit into neat boxes. They layer, blend, and shift. And that complexity is part of what makes you beautifully alive. If you've ever felt ashamed of your emotions, I hope you can begin to treat them with more kindness. Feeling deeply does not make you dramatic. It does not make you too much. It means you care, and caring is a form of strength, even when it hurts. You might notice how emotions live in the body. Worry might sit in your chest. Stress may tighten your jaw. Calm often softens your shoulders. When you become aware of these sensations, you can respond with gentleness, perhaps loosening your hands, maybe letting your breath lengthen slightly. Tiny acts of care toward your own body can soothe the heart as well. There are seasons in life when you feel lost. The path ahead looks unclear, and the path behind you doesn't feel like home anymore. Those moments can be frightening, but they often mark the beginning of change. You're not failing, you're transitioning, and transitions take time. If you ever feel like you're hard to love, remember that your emotions are not flaws. They are signals of connection, loyalty, hope, and longing. The right people won't require you to shrink or silence yourself. They will make space for your inner world, just as you make space for theirs. On nights when the silence feels loud, you might find comfort in knowing that many others are also lying awake, thinking, feeling, remembering, hoping. You are part of a shared human experience, even when you're alone in your room. That sense of shared existence can bring a gentle calm, like knowing there are distant lights glowing in other windows too. And as you continue to rest, your breath remains steady and soft. Your thoughts begin to slow down, like footsteps fading into the distance. You don't need to hold on to anything. Let your mind loosen its grip, little by little, until the weight you've been carrying feels lighter. Compassion toward yourself is not indulgence. It is a basic emotional need. When you speak gently to your own heart, you begin to heal old wounds that harshness could never mend. The tone you use with yourself matters. There will be days when progress feels invisible. You may think nothing is changing, but healing often looks like reacting with a little more patience than before, or forgiving yourself a bit sooner, or needing less time to recover after a difficult moment. These small shifts are signs of growth, even if they don't feel dramatic. Every emotion you've ever experienced has shaped you in some way, not by breaking you, but by deepening your capacity to understand others. People who feel deeply carry a natural empathy within them. They notice the quiet details. They sense unspoken pain. That awareness is a gift. For now, you are safe in this moment. Safe to relax. Safe to breathe. Safe to let your heart soften and your mind rest. Nothing is being asked of you except to be here, exactly as you are. Let the night hold you gently. Let your worries slide into the background. Let your body remember what ease feels like. You don't have to try. You don't have to perform. You are enough, even in your quietest state. Our inner world is filled with feelings that move through us in many shapes and colors. Some are light and pass quietly. Others stay for a while, asking to be noticed. None of them are mistakes. They are simply visitors that arrive with messages about how life touches us. When you feel an emotion, whether it's joy, anger, or sadness, your brain releases chemicals that travel through your body. Adrenaline makes your heart race when you're excited or afraid. Cortisol tightens your muscles when you're stressed. Oxytocin warms your chest when you feel love. These aren't just feelings, they are physical reactions designed to help you survive, connect, and thrive. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember, your body isn't working against you. It's communicating with you. Every emotion has a beginning, though we don't always see when it starts. A sound, a thought, a memory, or even the way the air feels on the skin can awaken something inside. Before we even understand it, the body responds. The heart shifts, the breath changes, muscles tighten or soften. Then the mind gives the sensation a name. Uncertainty can arrive differently. It can feel like standing in a doorway, not yet stepping through. The mind looks ahead and wonders what might happen. That wondering can bring a flutter in the chest or a stillness behind the eyes. It is a natural response to the unknown. Sadness often feels like a weight, but it serves a purpose. When you're sad, your brain slows down, encouraging you to reflect, to process, and to heal. Tears release stress hormones, literally washing away emotional pain. It's not weakness. It's your body's way of recalibrating, of reminding you that it's okay to pause, to feel, and to let go. So if you're feeling sad tonight, know that it's part of the process. Your mind and body are working together to help you move forward. Laughter isn't just fun, it's medicine. When you laugh, Your brain releases endorphins, natural chemicals that reduce pain and boost your mood. Your muscles relax, your breathing deepens, and even your immune system gets a boost. Laughter is your body's way of telling you that joy isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a tool for healing. So even on the hardest days, finding a moment to smile can shift how you feel physically and emotionally. Happiness can begin like a gentle warmth spreading outward. It doesn't always shout or sparkle. Sometimes it's just a quiet sense that, in this moment, things are okay. There is safety. There is ease. The body loosens, and the mind rests for a while. Peace is its own voice. It doesn't ask for attention. It settles over the body like soft air at dusk. Thoughts slow down. Nothing needs to move quickly. In that state, it becomes easier to see that emotions are not permanent. They flow, change, and dissolve just as clouds drift across the sky. Sometimes, feelings are strong. Anger might surge like heat, lifting the shoulders and sharpening thoughts. It may appear when a boundary is crossed or when we feel unseen. Beneath that heat, there is usually something tender, a hope for fairness, respect, or love. When that tenderness is touched, anger rises to protect it. Joy can look many ways. Sometimes it bursts out in laughter. Other times it whispers softly, like a smile that blooms without effort. It can come from connection, creativity, gratitude, or simple moments that pass without us trying to hold them. There are feelings we don't always recognize right away. Longing, for example, sits quietly between hope and grief. It reflects a desire for something distant or not yet real. That longing can guide us, showing what matters most. Calm doesn't always mean silence inside. It can simply mean there is room for everything. Thoughts can pass. Feelings can move. Nothing needs to be pushed away. In this state, the nervous system settles into a rhythm that allows the body to recover, restore, and renew. Every emotion is connected to biology. Tiny messages move through the brain, linking memories, sensations, and interpretations. These signals shape how we feel and how long a feeling lasts. When you sense warmth, pressure, or lightness in the chest or stomach, that is part of this intricate communication system. Your body and mind are always speaking to each other. Sometimes emotions don't make sense logically. They might appear without a clear reason. That can be confusing, but it is still natural. The mind gathers signals from thousands of small experiences, sights, sounds, memories, expectations, and blends them together. What you feel is the result of that complex mixing. Fear is often misunderstood. At its core, fear is a guardian. It tries to protect. When something seems risky, the body prepares to act. Muscles get ready. Attention becomes sharp. Time can feel different. While it can be uncomfortable, this response evolved to keep us alive. When fear softens, the body returns gradually to balance. Shame and guilt are two emotions that can feel similar but arise from different roots. Guilt says, I may have done something wrong. Shame whispers, maybe there is something wrong with me. Guilt can guide behavior, encouraging repair and growth. Shame, however, can cause us to hide. When we meet shame with kindness instead of judgment, it loses much of its power. Love is more than romance. It can be a steady presence that grows quietly over time. It shows up in care, patience, and understanding. Love can move through families, friendships, communities, and even toward oneself. When love deepens, the body often feels grounded, open, and alive. Self-compassion is a form of emotional care that allows us to speak gently to ourselves. Instead of harsh criticism, it offers understanding. It says, you are doing your best with what you know right now. This attitude supports emotional healing and resilience. There are moments when we don't know what we feel. Emotions may blur or overlap. You might sense both gratitude and grief at the same time. or relief mixed with sorrow. Human experience is laid, and the mind can hold several truths at once. When you name a feeling, something subtle happens. The brain shifts from reacting to observing. Putting words to inner states can reduce their intensity and help the mind understand the message behind them. Naming is not about control. It is about awareness. Memories shape how we respond emotionally. Past experiences create patterns the brain recognizes. When the present reminds us of the past, feelings can surface unexpectedly. Sometimes a reaction seems bigger than the situation itself. That is simply the nervous system remembering. We learn emotional responses from caregivers, culture, and community. Words we heard as children often echo throughout life. If we were taught that certain emotions are unacceptable, we may hide them. If we were welcomed warmly, we may find it easy to express our inner world. Connection plays a powerful role in emotional health. Being understood regulates the nervous system. When someone listens with openness, the body relaxes, heart rate settles, tension drops. This shows how deeply social we are. Solitude can also be nourishing. Quiet time allows reflection, integration, and rest. In silence, emotion can unfold safely. The mind has space to process what has been carried throughout the day. Sometimes emotions become overwhelming. When that happens, grounding techniques can help. Noticing the feeling of your feet on the floor, observing the temperature of the air, listening to small sounds nearby. These simple acts bring the mind back to the present moment. Breathing has a powerful influence on emotion. Slow, steady breaths tell the nervous system that it is safe. The heart rhythm responds. Muscles loosen. Thoughts lose intensity. Over time, this creates a sense of inner steadiness. Creativity is another pathway for emotions to move. Music, drawing, writing, movement, all of these give feelings a place to live outside the mind. Expressing them helps release what has been stored within. Nature also has an effect. Green spaces, flowing water, and open skies tend to soothe the nervous system. There's a rhythm in the natural world that reminds the body how to settle. Our feelings guide choices. They inform boundaries, values, relationships, and direction. When we ignore them completely, life can begin to feel flat or unreal. Listening to emotions gives color and meaning to experience. There are no bad emotions, only difficult ones. Each has a purpose rooted in protection, growth, or connection. When we treat them as unwanted enemies, they press harder. When we greet them with curiosity, they soften. You are not defined by what you feel. Emotions pass through. They do not replace who you are at your core. Underneath every shifting state, there is a steady awareness that watches, notices, and learns. The body's responses to emotion are adaptive. Faster heartbeats prepare for movement. A heavy chest encourages rest. Tingling signals alertness. Chills can reflect awe or fear. These reactions are the language of the nervous system. When we grow up in unpredictable environments, the nervous system becomes vigilant. It watches for danger, even when none is present. This can create anxiety or hyper-awareness. With patience, safety, and time, the body can relearn calm. Gratitude is an emotion that gently widens perspective. It helps the mind notice what is nourishing instead of only what is missing. Practicing gratitude doesn't erase struggle, but it balances a focus. Hope is a quiet belief that something good is still possible. It can live even in difficulty. This small flame keeps people moving forward, searching for meaning and possibility. Resentment can hold energy for a long time. It grows when boundaries are unclear or unmet needs stay hidden. Bringing those needs into the light allows healing to begin. Forgiveness is an emotional process, not an instant switch. It may evolve slowly, layer by layer. Sometimes it involves forgiving oneself, sometimes others. Forgiveness does not erase what happened. It simply releases the grip of the past. Contentment is a peaceful state in which nothing more is required. There is no rush toward the future and no constant pull backward, just presence. Some emotions live in the background. They shape mood without demanding attention. These undercurrents influence tone, patience, creativity, and energy. Becoming aware of them can deepen self-understanding. Children express emotion naturally. They laugh fully. They cry openly. They display wonder with ease. Over time, many people learn to suppress this expression. Reconnecting with authentic feeling can restore vitality. Relationships mirror emotions back to us. When someone reacts strongly, it may awaken similar feelings in ourselves. This reflective process allows growth, though it can also be challenging. There are cultural differences in how emotions are expressed. Some environments encourage sharing. Others value restraint. Neither is entirely right or wrong. They are simply different approaches to emotional life. Boundaries are emotional protectors. They signal what is safe, respectful, and acceptable. Healthy boundaries allow connection while still honoring individuality. Stress influences emotions by keeping the nervous system activated. When stress becomes chronic, even small events can trigger strong reactions. Rest, connection, and support help restore balance. Laughter lightens emotion. It releases tension and shifts perspective. Even a gentle smile can influence the brain in subtle ways. Awe is an emotion that appears when we encounter something vast, beautiful, or deeply meaningful. It widens attention and brings a sense of wonder. Trust develops over time through consistency and care. When trust is broken, emotions respond strongly. Rebuilding trust requires patience and honesty. Loneliness is not just the absence of people. It can occur even in a crowded room. It reflects a longing to be seen, known, and valued. Belonging is the emotional antidote to isolation. When you feel accepted as you are, the nervous system relaxes. The mind feels anchored. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is a choice to move gently forward despite feeling afraid. This emotional strength grows with each small act of bravery. Spiritual or existential feelings arise when we contemplate purpose, meaning, or connection beyond ourselves. These states can bring peace, mystery, or curiosity. Regret looks backward. It wishes for a different past. Learning from regret can transform it into wisdom. Anticipation looks forward. It carries a spark of excitement or tension. The body often feels this as restlessness or lightness. Patience is the emotional ability to wait with grace. It develops when we learn to tolerate uncertainty. Calm awareness allows emotions to exist without judgment. Instead of labeling them good or bad, we can simply notice them passing through. When you rest, the brain continues to process emotional experiences. Dreams, thoughts, and reflections help integrate the day. This quiet processing supports healing. Every emotion is temporary. None of them last forever, even if they seem endless while they are here. They rise, peak, and fade, making room for whatever comes next. The person you are is larger than any feeling. You contain multitudes, history, possibility, tenderness, and strength. Emotions are simply part of that deeper story. As you hear these words, allow your inner world to be just as it is. Nothing needs to change immediately. There is room for every feeling. You are allowed to feel deeply. You are allowed to learn, to grow, to rest, and to be gentle with yourself. Your emotions are not flaws. They are signals. They are guides. They are proof that you are alive and human. And as your mind softens, your body may follow, easing into a state where rest comes naturally, without force. In this softer place, all that you feel can slowly unwind. Everything inside you is part of a larger journey, one that unfolds moment by moment, with compassion, curiosity, and care. There's a quiet place inside you, where the world grows distant. and the night becomes kind. You don't have to search for it. You're already there. Let your thoughts drift like lanterns, floating across calm water, each one glowing softly, until it fades into the dark. The worries of the day can set themselves down now. They'll wait for the morning. They don't belong in your dreams. Feel the stillness curl around you like a gentle blanket. Feel your breath moving slowly, steady and calm, like the tide resting against the shore. Your heart has done enough for today. Your mind has worked hard enough. Now the night will keep watch for you. The stars will hold your hopes until the sunrise returns again. You are safe. You are cared for. You are allowed to let go. And as sleep drifts closer, may your dreams be soft, your rest be deep, and your spirit feel light again. When a new day opens, thank you for being here, in this quiet corner of the world. With RevealGenes, thank you for spending this quiet time here. Be gentle with yourself. Sleep well,